You can see on the graph are caused by increases in tuition fees. However, they have always recovered over the next couple of years. As well as this, one of the main goals with implementing tuition fees was to decrease the gap between students from poorer areas and wealthier areas. Although this may seem counterintuitive, this appears to have worked. This is due to universities receiving more funding directly from students that they can then spend on extra financial support for students from low-income families. Since 2007, however, this wealth gap in students has remained the same, so it seems that the decrease in the gap has reached a halt. Many, however, disagree, saying that there is much more of correlation between higher tuition fees benefiting people of higher class or living in privileged area as it has been in the past. Today, students from more privileged areas are on average 14.5% more likely to go to university than students from less privileged areas. There are also patterns related to ethnicity and gender, where, for example, a poor black woman are much more likely to attend than poor white men. There have also been many changes in the job market in the past 25 to 50 years. There are jobs that previously didn't require high education to get into in the 80s and 90s, but rather a specialised course, for example. Today, the job market is more saturated than it ever has been, with growing urban areas like Middlesbrough, Sunderland and Luton having the highest number of registered CVs to available jobs, according to the UK's most visited job site, Indeed. This means the loans for tuition fees are being delayed instead of being repaid, causing people to be in debt for longer than ever before. A part of the deal of tuition fees are that they are an investment into educating people in addition to funding universities. This poses a problem when it comes to lower earning degrees such as one in art, music and theatre. Many who want to go into creative fields are actively discouraged by friends, family and the government to go to uni because they're less likely to be able to pay off the debt from tuition fees. An example of this is the Rethink, Reskill, Reboot campaign in October last year, which showed pictures of people in unstable, low-skilled or low-paying jobs and promoting the idea of going into a stable, well-paying job in technology instead. Degrees that focus on IT and technology are generally very high demand, so one can understand why the British government would want to encourage people who are considering getting a degree for a creative field to choose one in tech instead. However, this campaign was not well received by the general public, being deemed as crass and accused of making people give up on their dreams. Last month, the government proposed new plans with lowering the base salary for paying back tuition fees for people going into creative fields and other low-salary degrees, according to The Guardian. You can see on the graph.
Created using Powtoon.